The Godfather, the greatest movie ever made. A lot of people know of The Godfather, Francis Ford Coppola's favorite. A lot of people don't know that the author, Mario Puzo, was famous for his gambling in Las Vegas. This is an exceptional book on it, one that people can rarely find. And it shows the time when Mario Puzo was here and what he would gamble, where he would gamble, and the stories that he heard about the mafia. There was a story that I heard when I was in New York about how when Mario Puzo went to the publishers, he didn't even have to have a book proposal. When he told them the story about this mafia family, the Corleones and Vito Corleone, how he came over from Sicily and all the various stories. So it's a great read, and you should definitely check it out before you come to Vegas and find out more about also the original screenplays. So this is a book that has clips of some of the screenplays and talks about the characters within the book. Everybody from Michael Corleone to his sons, and Sonny and Vito, Connie. But there's some areas where you have the screenplays. Now, when you read the screenplays, especially in Godfather 2, the screenplays have a lot of stories that are not in the movies. For example, in Godfather 2, there's this quarrel going on between Michael Corleone and one of the senators. In the screenplay, there were two senators that were fighting with Michael. One had an addiction to gambling that they don't mention in the movies, and it's very significant to read about how Michael Corleone would use the senator's gambling addiction within his casinos to sway him to vote in accordance to the way he wanted. And then when you read about some of the various characters that are in The Godfather, you read about who they were modeled after, who the different characters that controlled the casinos in Las Vegas were modeled after. And again, now we go back from The Godfather, we go back to Mario Puzo, the author of The Godfather, and inside Las Vegas. For example, if I read here, Las Vegas itself is the big bet won, the miracle happening, an act of faith possibly by the devil. In the most provocative portrait ever created of a city, Mario Puzo explores the irresistible lure of Las Vegas, mecca of countless dreamers looking for the big win. Puzo knows whereof he speaks, a veteran of the gambling table since his youth, with the reputation of a degenerate gambler. He fills this book with insights into how a small desert town has become one of the world's most exciting cities. He amuses readers with personas, accolades of Las Vegas characters, casino facts and myth, and freewheeling opinions on what makes Vegas run. Some of the members, for example, that he writes about in these in the different Godfather movies that were modeled after three different mafia characters. So if you had somebody in the mafia, they had little bits and pieces of characters that now make Las Vegas famous. So a lot of times when you hear the true stories here in Las Vegas about the showgirls and the gamblers, the casino owners, the mafia hitmen, the powerful players in Las Vegas, and you put four people together and four of their highlighted outrageous stories, a lot of times then you'll find in The Godfather that that person was made up of one character that was put on the screen for a little over 2 hours. So definitely check out these books along with books that on Mayor Oscar Goodman of Rats and Men, and I do a little review on that because it just seems to learn more and more about Oscar Goodman every day, especially since I I worked for some gentlemen who were very close with Oscar Goodman, even before he became mayor, when he was representing the Chicago members organized here in Las Vegas. And at this point, Mayor Goodman is retired now. As I write about this, his wife is now mayor. His son is known as one of the greatest attorneys in the nation, and there are numerous stories about him. I work right next to, I have an office near the area that's dedicated to him, with his shoe prints and a pole in honor of his name on Las Vegas Boulevard. And also that's where I hear a lot of the stories, because it's right down from the office that he has. But the other amazing thing about Goodman is he is also in charge of the Las Vegas Visitor Authority. He helps to constantly bring business into town, especially through trade shows and conventions. He makes a lot of cameo appearances on the films that are done here in Vegas. And the other thing about Oscar Goodman that's really remarkable is he helps to continue to create new scenes, like the Museum for Organized Crime, also known as the Mob Museum. So you have these people like Oscar Goodman, Mario Puzo, the lore of the Godfather, and of course so many of the movies that are coming out now and the TV shows. And it's good to pay attention to it, especially when it comes to finding loopholes for the rich. These books have entire chapters on the money you can save and how you lower your taxes by investing in Las Vegas. And I do a lot of research on that for my books and websites, and always promoting Las Vegas.